Hi guys, welcome back. This has been a while since I've did one of these gameplay videos, but this is one of the unsung heroes of my game collection, Farm Together. I've made a couple videos about this in the past, but I just wanted to kind of give you an update. I have been playing this game now for like 175 hours. I made the mistake around the 100-hour mark of accidentally deleting my farm, so I had to make an entirely new farm. I kept my player level. You can see I'm level 93 up in the left-hand corner, but my farm level is only level 63 in the right-hand corner. That's because I started my farm from scratch about 75 hours ago. So I thought we would just take a little look at what I've built here and, just talk about some of the things that I really love about this game that makes it worth putting 200 hours in, because that's what I'm coming up on here, and I'm absolutely going to hit at some point in the near future. So I've got some crops planted. I was in earlier today and planted some things. I'm trying to get all of my crop levels beyond level 20 again, because all of my leveling stuff reset as well. So you can see I've got a mission here for spinach. Spinach is level 12 right now. I've got a lot of stuff in the 12s, the 15s, the 17s. I'm trying to get every crop above level 20 just as my own sort of completionist goal. Reason being, level 20 on some crops unlocks other hidden crops. You can see down here these ones that are grayed out, or some of them are not available because of the season that I'm in, but then these ones down at the bottom here that are just silhouettes, they're actually crops that I haven't unlocked yet because I need to level up other stuff. So whatever this one is, I need to get chili peppers up to level 15 and jalapeno peppers up to level 10 before I can unlock this. So that's kind of my little mini goal right now. I'm just going to go ahead and harvest some of this stuff and give you a bit of a tour around my farm. I hope the audio levels and stuff are okay. I just kind of slapped this together with OBS. What do you guys think of farming games in general? I know most people out there that got into the cozy geek boom around the pandemic era probably started with something like a Stardew Valley, for example, which was and still is really, really popular. I was never really a fan of the graphical style and color palette of Stardew Valley myself, but a lot of people are pretty familiar with the Harvest Moon games from back in the day, of course. Back on the N64 and on some of the early handheld consoles like the GBA, a lot of people really love those games, and those games are a lot different. They're structured different than this game. So most of those Harvest Moon and Story of Seasons games, they have an in-game clock, an in-game days, that you spend a certain amount of time, and then you go to sleep, and you wake up the next day, and your crops will harvest after so many days, that sort of thing. But here, this game kind of has an idle mechanic where it keeps going, whether you're there or not. Time keeps flowing, kind of the way it did in Farmville back in the day on Facebook. And so every time you come into this game, some real-world time has passed, and something new will be available for you to do. Seasons go by. In this game, your 4 seasons all take about, I think, 17 or 18 minutes. You can see up in the upper right corner the sun with the kind of timer bar going around the outside of it. That means we're just into the summer season here. So I have about 17 minutes minus that little bit to plant all the crops that I can plant during the summer season and harvest the things that are available to harvest during the summer season before it gets fall. And if I go away from this game for 3 days, dozens of seasons will have passed, and there's going to be all kinds of stuff for me to do. The nice thing is, unlike Farmville and some of its clones on Facebook, this game does not have a wither mechanic, so you don't waste your time. You can come back to this after 6 months and harvest the crops that you planted, and I really enjoy that aspect of this game. This is really kind of a more of a simulation in a way. It doesn't have a whole lot of character personality, um, in terms of like having NPCs attached to your quests and stuff. You do have quests. The quests feel sort of pointless because they're just there. Like they don't have any kind of personality attached to them. Like Granny down the road needs 17 apples or something. It's just kind of sterile quests, and you get XP and other rewards for completing them, and that's fine. But what I'm doing here is harvesting my buildings. Now, these are the representations of all the different types of crops. Like this is my mushrooms, for example. So I have harvested some mushrooms out in the fields, so they show up here, and now I'm going to sell them. And, rather than have an NPC that wants to buy them from me, I just click a button and they sell and it's gone. That was ready to harvest. I made a few bucks. This is my grog distillery here. This is like a little bread bakery here. I had some grain, so it takes grain to get this active, and this is fruit here. This is flowers. I'm gonna harvest flowers here, or rather, sell my flowers. I've already harvested them. This is my little fish market here. That's kind of cute, eh? I have quite a few different fish ponds. There's one right over there in the background, and that's ready to harvest. So you just kind of walk out into the middle of the into the middle of the pond and you cast your fishing rod. The more tiles of fish that you have laid out, the more times you have to swing your fishing rod to harvest. In this case, a pond of this size takes 4 swings. I've got another 4-swing pond just down here, so I'll harvest this as well. Leveled up some swordfish. Some trees I can harvest here. Blackthorns. Trees don't really give you anything. Well, sometimes they give you fruit that you can sell. So I've got some donkeys here to feed. I haven't put any fencing or anything around any of my animals yet on this farm. That's something I have to do just to make things prettier. But the animations of your animals walking around, they don't really wander too far off, just a couple of tiles away from wherever they were originally placed. So, looks like these flowers need some water. Now there is a very dynamic day and night cycle and weather cycle in this game. So right now it's bright daytime, and the color palette in the game is very bright, but it changes. You'll see it change throughout the day as it gets towards afternoon and then evening. What are we going to plant here? Let's put some peanuts in. This game maybe is not the most well-optimized game in the world. I've put a lot of hours into this on the Steam Deck, and it runs pretty well, very well, actually. 60 frames a second, no problem at all. On the Steam Deck at 720p. Right now I'm running this at 1080p on my 3060 laptop, and it does have the fan spinning up. It's not a slouch by any means. There's a lot of stuff to load into a farm of this size. As you can see, I've got a lot of land opened up. It's a very big farm, right? There's a lot of stuff here. You can see I just left that field behind. I ran out of gas. You have to build gas stations to power your tractor. It's not the most annoying thing in the world, but you do have to every so often go and gas up your tractor, which is effectively just harvesting the gas station. You can see that one gas station gave me half a tank up in the upper left-hand corner. So I can carry on now harvesting stuff. This is some spinach that I planted earlier today for my quest, so we'll see how that goes. So we need 50 spinach for the quest. I'll probably finish that in this field here. This same quest also needs anglerfish and white hibiscus. That's going to take a little while. My white hibiscus is not a very large field, I don't think, so I don't even know where I have it right now. Harvest these poppies while I'm here. Well, this is red hibiscus, not poppies, sorry. If you guys have any questions about this game, I'd be really interested to have a conversation with some people that really enjoy farming games, because I've played them all. As far as the, the Story of Seasons style games go, I really love Story of Seasons Pioneers of Olivetown, and I play that a lot as well. I've got a lot of hours in that. But this game just keeps me coming back forever and ever, because it's just kind of an endless builder. You can get more and more land in this game, and there are decorations and buildings, and even in the buildings, there's stuff you can do, stuff that you can level up. You can do cooking and art and music and quite a few different things in the buildings, and you can build several different houses on your property, and run those kind of crafting things in all the different houses, so you have multiples. So it's kind of cool. I got some more fish ponds over here. I might as well harvest these. See how many swings it takes for this. Okay, so that's a 2-swing pond. This one's like a 7, I think. See if we level anything up here. Getting some pretty good rewards here. Nothing's leveling up right now. Alright. I think this other one will be a 2-swing. I actually tried sometimes some of the creation tools sort of glitch a little bit. You can see these the dividers between these ponds. I did not intend for these to be separate ponds. I was trying to make all one big pond, but for some reason it wouldn't let me. I don't know if there's limitations on how many tiles you can sew together, and that's why it did that. I'm not really sure, but you can't have everything your way, right? This is a fantastic game in so many ways, but some of the creation tools are a little bit janky. Pretty good considering this is an indie game, obviously. I've always been pretty impressed with the 3D graphics here. This game looks a lot better, I think, than any Story of Seasons game or Harvest Moon game in terms of the graphics. There is a bit of popping you can see in the distance, but overall there's quite a bit of the map is loaded in. You can see off in the distance it blurs a little bit. I think it does that to kind of conserve on some of the horsepower necessary. But to be able to just come in every day with your morning coffee, or while you're sitting on the couch with the Steam Deck, and just harvest some crops and plant some new ones, and it's very addictive because it's very soothing. I just find this game so soothing. So this crop here was Hobbit Jade. Hobbit Jade is one of the few crops, or flowers, I guess, that give you diamonds, which is the secondary currency in the game. You have coins, diamonds, ribbons, or medals they call them, and then tickets. The coins you get from harvesting stuff all the time and from selling stuff. The diamonds are used for things like farm expansion, so you can see this wall here. This is a piece of land that I have not purchased yet. So if I was to come over to this sign here, I think I have enough diamonds right now that I can purchase this plot of land. Yes, it'll cost 10,000 diamonds. Okay, so I've just unlocked this new plot of land. Now I have more room to build. What do you think about that? Let me know down in the comments if this is something you would enjoy playing. I have been anxiously awaiting a sequel to this game because I think this game launched in 2017, I think, if memory serves me. There's a bunch of DLC. I really think they've got their money's worth out of this game, and I'm really hoping for a sequel. And I'm kind of hoping for a little bit more character in the sequel. I'm hoping for some NPCs, maybe a little village next to my farm or something with some NPCs that maybe a county fair or a bakery or something that wants to buy my fruits and vegetables off of me or something, you know? Just a little bit more character in the game. I think that would make it even more charming. We got planted over here. Well, I might as well harvest these flowers. These oleander. 2/3 of the way through the summer season here, so let's see. So over here I've got a Spanish villa. I'll show you in what it looks like inside some of these buildings. They're all different. They all have a different layout. So in this one, I haven't really set up the furnishings yet. I've got a bed over there in that corner. I've got a table here and some kitchen counters. Looks like I have a recipe ready to harvest. Or no, just another stage of the recipe. So these recipes take like 4 stages, I think. You have to just sort of click the button and then let it carry on. And then it'll be ready to harvest. So that's all I can do in here for now. Just got a few different rooms in my house. I've got some boxes to unpack here. This would be like my bathroom, I guess. So I have 3 or 4 houses on this property. I didn't go crazy, but there's all kinds of cool ones from the DLC that I have, like a moon base house and a pirate ship house. Where is my little county fair area? This way, I think. So, all of these buildings have some kind of a function. These small sheds offer storage because you have storage limitations for how much vegetables and crops that you can store without selling them. It helps to have more storage so that you can harvest larger fields of crops without losing the crops. I didn't want to do that. Just wanted to harvest this. I'm gonna have to grind for another few days to get enough diamonds. All of these buildings give you diamonds, but in order to buy another plot of land, you have to grind. So I've got 1.7k. The next plot of land is gonna be about 11,000 probably. So it'll take me a few days to get that ready to go. What am I gonna plant here? Let's put some pumpkins in. Pumpkins are one of the longest crops. They take like 2 full real world days to harvest, so no matter how many times I come back into the game over the next 2 days, they will not be ready to harvest until an actual 48 hours from now. I kind of enjoy that. It gives me a reason to keep coming back into the game on a regular basis. What do you guys think about Farm Together? Is this a game that you would consider playing? It is available on the Nintendo Switch as well, although I don't know how it performs. I imagine you would get 30 frames a second. I mean, I would hope you would get a solid 30 frames per second. Let's harvest some of my beehives here. So, honey is one of the only crops that can be traded for, well, that give you the medals, and the medals are the currency that you use to buy special buildings and things like that. I have almost every achievement in this game, but there's one building that I have to buy. I have to set up a farmhands union, which is a very expensive building to build and upgrade, so I'm working towards getting the medals together for that. And so yeah, you harvest the honey every day. These are ready to harvest every 24 hours. And then you sell it at the honey stand and you get 1 medal for every, like, 20 honey. 20 honey, that rhymes. We'll just get this done. We'll cash in that honey, get 1 more medal, and then I think we will sign off for the night. And come back at you guys another time. I do have another video, a couple of other videos that I am working on. I just picked up a game called Little Goody Two Shoes, and I'm playing that on the Steam Deck right now. And it is frankly really charming. It's quite fantastic. But I'm not ready to give you any kind of review yet. I'm only a couple of hours in. I don't expect to necessarily beat the game before I talk about it, but I want to have a really good idea of the structure of the game. So, anyways, guys, thanks so much for watching. I guess we will get out of your hair, call it a day, exit game. Yes, I want to leave. Good night, folks. Stay classy.